Hello guys, Belle here. Going to be talking about the Outlaw Rogue in regards to the artifact weapon. Now, if you haven't had a chance to see the spell and talent previews for the Outlaw Rogue, make sure you go to the YouTube channel and find that playlist and make sure that you check it out so that you can see the different things you can do for the abilities that have changed since they have basically, Outlaw is brand new come Legion. Now, for your artifact weapon, there's a couple important things to note here. You're not going to be getting any weapon drops in Legion. Your artifact weapon is going to be something that you start at level 100 doing that acquisition quest. In the same time, you're also going to be doing your class order hall quest line as well. So the important thing to note here is you'll be able to do this for each specialization. So if you want to roll assassination or you want to roll subtlety, you're going to have to complete those quest lines. But the cool thing about that is each quest line is spec specific. So you're going to be doing different sets of quests instead of doing the same regurgitated content when you roll alts or different specializations and things like that. Now, it's also important to note here that your artifact weapon is going to grow with you. So your unlocking of the traits, which is what they're called. They're not called talents, they're called traits. And also your item level, making your weapon more powerful. It's also important to note regarding the relics. As you see here, there's a blood relic, iron relic, and storm relic. These are all going to be different according to the spec and the artifact weapon that you're using. These relic slots are for the relics that you will acquire doing content progression in Legion. You'll be able to socket those in there. Those are actually going to be responsible for increasing your item level, and it's also going to allow you to unlock these different ranks. So before we go any further, let's talk about the names of your artifact weapons. Which for the Outlaw Rogue, these are my favorite. They are called the Dreadblades. You do have Fate and Fortune, which I thought was pretty neat. I don't rogue, but if I did, I would just for these artifact weapons. Now let me see if I can get in here and get you guys a really good view of your artifact weapons. And that's going to be your initial view. We're going to go over the appearances of the artifact weapons here shortly, but I want to make sure that I showed you kind of what they look like armed on a character, which keep in mind they're super tiny because I do play gnome for the videos, but good to note just the same. Now, you're going to be able to take care of your artifact weapon as far as socketing your relics and being able to unlock your talents with your knowledge that you're going to be gaining doing the content progression through Legion. And you can shift click inside your character UI, shift right click to be able to see the traits that you have so far. You won't be able to do any changes. You actually have to go to your class hall, which I'm going to show you just because this is really cool what it looks like. And then clicking on that, of course, is going to engage the UI. Now, in regards to the artifact weapon, I'm going to go through all the talents here so that you know what you're dealing, or the traits here so you know what you're dealing with, and then we're going to go through the appearances so that you can get a really good look at the different options that you have, that you'll be able to actually unlock those options as you progress through Legion. And this could be something that could take you the entire expansion, so we're definitely not going to have a lack of content here or something to strive for in that endeavor. So it's important to note that with all these traits, these are all passive abilities with the exception of one. Your on-use ability, this is going to be something, it depends on the class and the spec. You can use this in part of a rotation. This could be an execute. There can be so many different ways that you can use this and bind this to a macro to increase. It is slightly overpowered for each specialization. And of course it is, it is specific in that regard. So this is an instant ability. It's called the Curse of the Dreadblades. Now for this spec, it is on a rather 1.5 minute cooldown. That's a pretty large cooldown to use. But if you're using it for PvE, which you're going to be using the same artifact weapon for PvP, I'm sure you could find plenty of uses and in between boss pulls to be able to use this. So basically, with the Curse of the Dreadblades, you will invoke the Curse of the Dreadblades, causing each saber slash and pistol shot to fill your combo points. It is important to note that the Dreadblades will consume 6% of your current health when using a finishing move for the next 12 seconds. So it's important that you're aware of that going into it. And then, of course, you're going to make sure you want to drag and drop it onto your bar so that you can make use of that and then be able to macro accordingly as you find that you need it through whether it's PvE or PvP. So let's get started With these, some of these will only go to rank 1 and some of these will go to rank 3. Now, because this is a level 110 toon, everything's unlocked and I have all the traits unlocked, so it's important to note here that for some of these percentages that you're going to be seeing, that's not going to be the percentages you'll initially see because it'll be just the rank 1 trait. But you can tell here, your artifact weapon level depends on how many traits and ranks you have purchased. So here I have 34 purchased out of 34 of a possibility. Each rank, each trait purchased, you do get a little stamina buff for each, and that's actually pretty normal. So definitely something to note there. As you can see, it's 0.75 for every trait purchase, so that definitely stacks and is going to help you. This weapon is going to be really, really crucial to your power, so you're going to want to make sure that you put a lot of time and effort in going through and unlocking all these traits to make it the most powerful it can possibly be. And you don't have to worry. I've been through some of these artifact acquisition quest lines. They're going to give you tons of opportunity to be able to acquire the knowledge that you need to be able to unlock the traits and the ranks, but definitely not something that's going to be handed to you right off the bat. You're going to get a pretty powerful weapon when you first acquire it, but in order to be able to grow into your power, you're going to really have to put in some work, which I think is essential here, and you really appreciating the weapon that you're given and how much use you're going to be getting out of it. So let's dive right into the traits. For your first set here, your blunderbuss. Now this, as we talked about before, this is going to be, all these are going to be passive abilities. When Saber Slash strikes an additional time, there's a 33% chance that your pistol shot will be replaced by blunderbuss. Now it's important to note that this only goes to rank 1. So it also awards a combo point, which is pretty nice. Definitely something that you'll want to have, and I'm pretty sure that this is kind of on the end. As you can see, the way that the talent tree is set up for these traits it's very reminiscent of the old talent trees that we had, and you do have to unlock them in a certain order in order to be able to utilize it. And since this is way back here, of course they're going to give you the big important one towards the end. You also have Fortune Strike. Now this can go up to rank 3, increases damage dealt by 6%. Now it's important to note here that for Fortune Strike, since it goes up to rank 3, you're probably going to step into those percentages because it's maxed out here at 6%. You also have Deception. This does go up to rank 1. Activating Sprint causes Feint to activate for no energy cost, which is nice. Gunslinger can go up to rank 3, increases the critical strike chance of your pistol shot by 10%. Fate's Thirst, this also goes up to rank 3, increases damage dealt by run through by 10%. Fatebringer, this can go up to rank 3, reduces the energy cost of finishing moves by 6%. Ghostly Shell, this also goes up to rank 3. The Dreadblades heal you for 6% of your maximum health for each effect cleared by Cloak of Shadow or resisting during its duration. From what I know about rogues, I don't rogue very often, but I think that's going to be pretty useful in a PvP situation as well, just because Cloak of Shadows is crucial, especially when you're trying to survive, if you're being attacked by several players on RBG maps or even in arenas. But definitely something that you're going to want to use. Now keep in mind, because this is rank 3, you're going to step into it. 6% is probably going to start off at 2% if I had to take a guess. You also have Greed. Run Through occasionally awakens the Dreadblades, unleashing a sweeping attack against all nearby enemies for 35k physical damage and healing you for about 74k per target hit, which is pretty nice. That's definitely nice, and it's looks like it's towards the end here, and it does only go up to rank 1, so you don't have to worry about using any of your relic power to unlock those ranks. Hidden Blade also goes up to rank 1. Successfully using Ambush guarantees your next Saber Slash will strike in additional time. Your Blade Dancer goes up to rank 3. Your energy regeneration is reduced by 10% while Blade Fury is active. Your Fortune Strikes, this goes up to rank 3. This is combat potency generates 3% or 3 additional energy. So for your any of these spells that generate an additional combo points or energy is going to definitely be something that's going to be useful. Now, since this does 3 additional energy and it's a rank 3, you could probably bet that when you first unlock this at rank 1, you're going to get 1 additional energy. Your black powder, this goes up to rank 3, increases damage dealt by between the eyes by 10%. And then you also have blurred time. This only goes up to rank 1. During adrenaline rush, your ability cooldowns recover 40% faster. You guys should know here, 40%, there's a few other specializations on some of the other classes that's like 40 and 50%. That's definitely nothing to sneeze at. That's actually quite huge, especially if your ability cooldowns are on, say, like a minute cooldown. That can definitely be a game changer in either a boss kill and or PvP. You also have Blade Master. This goes up to rank 1. While Riposte is active, you gain 1 combo point each time you parry an attack. You have Fortune's Boon. This goes up to rank 3. Reduces the cooldown of your Adrenaline Rush by 30 seconds. And then finally, you do have Cursed Edges. This goes up to rank 1 and increases damage dealt by Saber Slash by 15%. Lots of buffs to your Saber Slash here going through your Saber Slash. Lots of buffs happening. Several of your traits are actually in direct relation to your Saber Slash, so definitely nice to see those buffs on there. So now that you've seen what your talents can do and those abilities, let's look at the appearances here. Now I'm going to apologize in advance. I wanted to be able to give you guys the most close-up look of these weapons, and unfortunately Blizzard makes it where this thing goes so slow, and I can go around and do this, but then you're not really getting the up-close version, so it's better to just allow it to do its kind of slow motion thing. So the Dreadblades, which is going to be your first view, you're going to be able to unlock different visual effects as you're progressing. You could call these stages, you could call these upgrades, whatever you want to call these. You'll be able to do this throughout content. Some of these you're going to have to do PvE, some of these you're going to have to do PvP. It's going to be pretty much up to how interested you are in unlocking these different visuals. In addition to the different visuals, you're also going to be able to unlock different colors. Some of these I like, some of these I don't. This is just going to be a personal preference. There's a little bit of something here for everyone. So for the additional, or for the first view, there's a few small quests that you'll have to complete in order to be able to unlock some of these colors for this first one, like completing your first major campaign effort with your order. Just lots of different things that you'll be able to do. So you have your original red version, then you have the blue, you've got your purple, which of course is my favorite color, and then you've got, I'm gonna call this yellow / burnt orange, but that's what it looks like there. Now for your second set, this will be requiring you to complete different things within your order hall. This is going to be what this is based around, your specific rogue things. So completing the rogue class hall campaign, unlocking all the traits, researching the full history of your artifact, and then completing the achievement this side up. Now keep in mind, they're going to make you work for this, so they're not just going to give it to you. But I want you to see the difference. Look at the difference in the visuals. Definitely something that you want to make sure that you do, even if you do nothing else, complete your Rogue Class Hall campaigns, because that's super, super duper nice. And then there's your purple version, which of course is purple and fell green. You can't be mad about that. Then this is nice because this is like a, I don't even know. And then that's like a yellow. Now for your Flames Kiss, this is going to be a little bit harder, guys, because you're going to have to do the challenge mode dungeons with the level 15 keystones, which the new challenge mode system with the keystone level system, I'll actually be doing a video on that as soon as I'm done with all these other specs for you to check that out. And then of course your Glory of the Legion hero. So for this Flames Kiss view, they're badass, guys. This is why this is going to be one of the most hardest ones to get. You have to complete the questline Balance of Power, which I'm sure is very long and drawn out. And then there's these are so cool. Definitely Flames Kiss. If I was a rogue, this would be something I would be interested in making sure I went through this content. And then of course you have the teal, and then you have the white and red smoke, which is pretty nice. Now what I like about all these artifact weapons is the very last set and visual that you can unlock is in relation to PvP. Since Blizzard's basically forcing our hand and making us use our artifact weapon for PvP, at least you get a different identifier to show people, hey, I PvP, I enjoy it, I'm good at it. It's one of those things with those of us that do PvP, we want that physical notoriety, right? That's the whole purpose of the new honor leveling system when it comes to prestiging, so you can get different nameplates to kind of show people, hey, I'm not casual, this is what I'm into. If you're not a PvPer and you want the look of the weapons, some of these, in order to unlock this color, is going to be requiring you to prestige and for you to complete certain achievements in the PvP world. So if you're not interested and you want to just keep it up to the Flames Kiss, that's definitely your call, but here's the look of the PvP weapon. Once again, this isn't just because I'm a PvPer. I happen to believe that of all these, the PvP version of these weapons seems to be more badass through all the specs that I seem to go through. And then of course you have the blue, which I really, really like. Then you've got the red, and then the teal as well, which this does have a very Mists of Pandaria feel. I did think the weapon looked very Mists of Pandaria-ish with the light brown and the teal. So there's your different ones, and you can pretty much decide, you can think about how you want to go about these things. What priority do you want to do when it comes to unlocking your appearances? But you can definitely bet that it's not going to be complicated for you guys to find stuff to do in Legion. I'm pretty excited about some of the things that are happening with the artifact weapons. Don't know if they're going to go beyond Legion, but for now it's going to be the important thing, at least for the next year of our lives. So that is all I have for you guys in regards to the Dreadblades for the Outlaw Rogue. If you are new to PWNCAST, make sure you give us a subscribe so you can see all your World of Warcraft news and guides as we progress through waiting for Legion and being able to keep on top of the latest changes. Also, if you're watching this video, do me a favor. You're already here. Why not give me a thumbs up? Let me know how I'm doing. Feel free to comment. If you have a special request of something you would like me to do in Legion, make sure you let me know. That's why I'm here. It's why I have beta, is to do these videos for you. Let me know what you guys think of the artifact weapon for the Outlaw Rogue. I always like to hear your guys' opinion, but I am going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.